Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield, be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 60 yards.
Goal at the 5-yard line.
5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th and goal.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
A collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
1 yard.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. McFarland running out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. A fumble lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
As you know, he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Steelers 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he's got some space here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Anthony McFarland with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll bang that one through.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Got some room at the 30. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
The 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. This time, Griffin will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
His pass intercepted by the Steelers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Juju Smith-Schuster brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Complete to Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. On the give, this is McFarland. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was brought down by...
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Steelers.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's McFarland, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Score Steelers 14, Ravens 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 48-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is RG3. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their 2nd pick on 2 drives.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chuck Clark. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. wore down defenses, and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there. 1st down.
A gain of 11.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, McFarland. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
2nd and 6.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now it's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Griffin. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. This will be caught by Brown. timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action. Griffin. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up 3rd down. And
after the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. He's going deep for Brown. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
On 1st down, McFarland. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It's a gain.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game,
and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
The ball carrier,
Anthony McFarland, with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Ravens 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to Dobbins on first. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Griffin. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
34-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A pitch comes to Dobbins. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
He was brought down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They begin the drive with McFarland. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's second down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And we're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A 9-yard gain.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They run the counter. McFarland. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Roethlisberger's pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After the interception, here's Griffin. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
The ball
and I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
The 2-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
That's complete right around the 8. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping, maybe just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now if they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Stephon Tuitt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And that will be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50.
46-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And they take a knee.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think